How's it going, everybody? My name's Jeremy, and I'm back with another episode of My Summer Car. This one, I'm gonna show you how to use the sauna, and I'm actually gonna do the sewage truck as well. Reason being is the sauna is really easy to do. It's just a matter of waiting for it to heat up, which is actually what I'm doing right now. I just came to the store to grab some food and, of course, some more beer, as well as fill up my diesel and gasoline jerry cans, which I have in there. Also just filled up my van. And I'm gonna go pay for that right now. And I'm gonna grab some food and any other supplies I might need. So, as you can see, I still have the... Hello. I still have the same amount of money from last video when I did the... Apparently he used to be a non-professional wrestler. Anyway, my money is the same as from doing the wood splitting. I don't have enough for what I actually want to get. Upgrades wise, I want to spend like $7 grand for the upgrades for my car once we get into that. But right now I'm just here and grabbing some milk. Actually, you know what? I don't know why I got the milk. Don't really need that. I usually just drink beer. Oh, that's fine. I'm gonna buy all the beer in store. I'm gonna buy all the macaroni and sausages, and then that should be good. So I spent a bit of money, but now I'm basically supplied for a long time. There's all my beer. I'm just gonna pull the van around so I don't have to walk the beer too far. Throw that in there and bring the van around. But by the time I get back home, the sauna should be warmed up. I let it go to... I read somewhere that you should wait until it's at 100 degrees. I'm not sure how accurate that is completely. I'm pretty sure the way it works is the hotter it is, the cleaner you get with one scoop of water. But we will get into that once I get home. Alright, everyone, I'm back. I've got my groceries all put away, and you probably noticed that I bought this belt at the shop. This belt is essential for building the engine. So whenever you go down there, just make sure you grab that. It'll save you a trip. So we're gonna get to the sauna now. While I was gone, when I first got home, I actually did get a call for the sewage well. I'm not entirely sure which one it actually is, because I know there's one you can do here. There's a couple here and a couple here. Pretty sure that's it. I'm guessing it was this one here. Or it could have been one of the ones up here. I'm not entirely sure. But we will figure that one out. But for now, let's get to the sauna. So what I like to do is I just leave it running absolutely constantly. There's two little knobs on there. I'll show you in a second. But right now I'm going to fill up the water bucket, which you use the shower to fill up, obviously. And once that's full, shut that off and go on into the sauna room. Now, if you don't let it preheat, it takes about 10 minutes for to reach, over 100 degrees. These little knobs down here, this is the thermostat. You want to crank that all the way up. This is the timer. I just, every so often, I'll come in here and crank it all the way up. It actually stays on for quite a while. So once you get the water bucket filled up, all you have to do is grab the dipper, click F, and then you're going to left click on it, and then right click on the stove. So it pours the water on, and you'll see your screen gets all steamy there, and you'll notice my dirtiness meter's gone down. You just gotta repeat this step a couple times until you're all clean. And what I like to do is just do this every morning I wake up. That way it keeps it under control. If you get it up to red, it will take a lot longer to actually bring down, and you're probably gonna require a couple water buckets. The amount of dirtiness I was at, I should be able to cover that with one water bucket, and being over 100 degrees there. So we're almost clean now. It's kind of painstaking. One more should do it. Perfect. Alright, so that's done, and I'm just going to crank up the timer again. As you can see, it literally only moved the littlest bit. Then I just bring the water bucket out here, set it under the tap again, and it's good for use again tomorrow. The only downfall to it is you got to listen to the buzzing sound, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. You can't hear it everywhere in the house. So the sewage call that I got, there's different ones you get. All the guys say different things. There's one where it's a little girl that calls you and says, you know, my dad's drunk, can you come take all the sewage? I mean, that's not exactly what she says, but I don't remember specifically. That one is located next to the car repair shop on the left, so it's here, I believe. And then there's two males that will call, which are up here. One by the water and one on this dart, I guess. There's one guy that sounds like really uncomfortable calling you, like he's embarrassed that his sewage is full. And that guy is the one next to the water. And then there's another guy that's just straight up about it, and I believe it's this one that I got the call from. It's either this one or this one. I'm going to check both, you know, what's the harm in that? It's getting a bit too dark to do that now, so what I'm going to do is grab the septic truck, and then I'm going to go to bed, and then we'll get to it in the morning. Alright everybody, I'm back. It's morning, I've ate, and I've drank, I've peed, and I've even showered. This is going to be a good day for septic services here. I'm not actually going to record while I'm driving all the way there because I don't know exactly which one it is, so it could take me a while to find it. I just wanted to point one thing out to everybody with the septic truck, and this goes for the van as well. When you're starting it, you'll notice that it takes a really long time to fire up. It just sits there and turns and turns and turns and turns, but you know, and it's kind of a pain. So this is a little trick for people who don't know diesels that well. This little light here is going to light up when I hit the ignition. And these are the glow plugs. Okay, so it's kind of already warm from when I drove it up here last night, apparently. But once this little red light goes off, the car will start no problem. I mean, this thing still takes a little while to start up, but it's better than what it normally is, trust me. Alright, so I will get back to you once I get to the actual job site. Alright everyone, I managed to find the correct place, and it is just past the shop. It was just a regular calm guy asking for his septic tank to be emptied, and just past the shop. I don't know, I've only ever had 3 people call me, and there's a couple more than 3 septic places to go to. So I'm not exactly sure where each of them are, but calm guy asking for his septic to be flushed is just past the shop. Alright, anyway, one way to check to make sure that you're at the right place is when you open up their well cover here. You'll see that it's like just completely full. Other ones will have varying amounts of sewage in them. And there's no way to actually be 100% sure unless you look into it and make sure that it's completely full. Otherwise, if you empty one that's like half full, you won't even get paid for it, which kind of sucks. So anyway, everybody's going to sit out here and watch us do so. So first things first is back your truck up, obviously. Then you want to go and take hose, and it automatically attaches there for you, which is pretty nice. And then grab it by the end here. Is that even the end? No, that's not the end. It looked like the end. Grab it by the end and just feed it in there. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Alright, perfect. So yeah, just feed it in there. I want to get it to go, you know, as far as it goes, right to the bottom. Alright, so that's as far as it'll go for now. That should be far enough. If not, I'll just have to rearrange the truck. Alright, so one thing you're going to want to note with the septic truck is this little meter here. That's how full the tank is. It can hold quite a bit. One septic tank usually only fills at about a sixth, I think. Anyway, it holds 10,000 liters, so that's not even bad. It takes a while to fill it up. So anyway, once you get the hose in, what you want to do is get in the truck. You gotta leave it running, I think. I'm not sure if you have to leave it running or not. I'm gonna leave it running. No sense in not. And then center driving mode, just so you can see. You've got 3 switches over here: diff lock, rear axle, and hydraulic pump. So you're gonna want to sorry about that. Activate the hydraulic pump. You'll notice the RPM is going up. It's quite loud. And then you basically just gotta wait for it to fill up. You'll notice the meter's slowly going up. And if you go over here, you can hear a really kind of gross sound to it. And just gotta sit here and wait. One thing that can happen is you can fall down into the well and you die, and then there's a newspaper. Some guy died in a sewage pipe, which would really suck. So you gotta be careful not to get right on the edge of it, unless you want to die in literally a pile of shit. So once it's done, Buddy will he'll congratulate, thank us. I don't think he's going to congratulate us, but he'll thank us for doing the work. He'll hold out his hand, you grab the money from him, pull the hose out, and getting the hose back onto here is very difficult. You don't do that, it's going to rip off and you're going to lose it, and it's going to suck. So I'll show you how to get the hose out, how I do it at least. I read a lot of people were losing their hose down in there because they tried to pull it out simply by driving the truck forward, and that's not the way to do it, because you will lose the hose that way, and that's no fun. So it's still making the little sucking noise. We're almost to the bottom now. Oh, there we are. He's very happy with this. Here is your money. Yeah. I love how they follow you. Take the money. So you make $1,200, which isn't too bad. You'll notice, I don't know if you noticed, but my money was a little different than earlier. That's because I went to the store while I was on my way up here and actually filled up my tank, which cost like $800. And I also bought a shit ton of mosquito repellent because I can't stand the sound of the mosquitoes. I'm not even sure if the repellent works. I haven't heard any mosquitoes for a little bit. I had to spray it twice. Maybe that's just what you have to do. But anyway, to get the hose out, it's pain. Trial and error, really. I stand back a bit, and you're going to want to just point your mouse like right up to the sky, and then start to walk backwards a bit until you're really not getting any more. I'm still pulling it. I might be able to pull this all in one try. I've never actually done this before. Now look at that. And there's still a bit left in it. Actually, no, I literally got it all. That was awesome. I'll be nice and throw the lid back on here. Good enough. So to get the hose back on, you're going to want to grab it by literally the very end and walk it over to here And once you look at the platform, at the end of the platform, it'll ask you to put the hose back, and that's literally all there is to it. So you'll notice that the thing is about, I guess it's about a quarter way full. So you're going to hold about 4 septic tanks. So that's all there is to the septic truck. Obviously it gets full. So what you're going to want to do is, the proper way to do it is, there's a landfill on the map. The proper way is to go to the landfill, and there's actually a section for dumping sewage. But really, there's no penalty in just letting it go everywhere. It's kind of disgusting, but you know. Ugh. I haven't found any penalty for that, so I don't know. Maybe the cops will stop you if they see you doing that, but whatever. Pay a small fine, save the trip to the landfill, no problem. Well, anyway, guys, that does it for this video. I hope it helped you with your sauna and septic troubles. If it did, leave me a like. If it didn't, thumbs down. All up to you. Leave a comment, give me some feedback. I would really appreciate that. And have a great day.